Well, very good morning, guys. Okay, fine. So fine. So last day. Yeah, we have been talking about action methods in the last class, correct? Action methods and how to use these action methods is what exactly we are learning about in the last session. Yeah. So we just been we just been talked about the action methods and all. So now actually we created views, but last day 5 or 6 views I just created and shown you, like a login view, register view. In that I just been talked about like how to change the names if you want, launching multiple views based on conditions, and we also learned about the engine, the Razer engine, ASPX engine, default engine, how to change the engines, all these things. I just been demonstrated all the things. Now tell me, what do you write in CS HTML files? UI, the code for UI. Yes or not? We write the code for UI. Write the code for UI. Simple HTML is enough now. Right, to create UI, simple HTML is enough. Then what is the need of .cs HTML? Actually, it gives you a flexibility of writing C# code also in it. It will give you a flexibility of writing C# code also in it. You also have a chance to write C# code inside of it. Understood my point? You also have a chance of writing C# code in it. C# code also you can implement in it. So that's the reason why we call it as a CS HTML. Last examples, what I shown you, all I've written you is HTML coding, that's all. I did not write any CS code. So we can write CS code also in it, and if you write CS code also, basically that is called as Razer programming. That is called as Razer code. What do we call? Razer code. In our pages are called as Razer pages, Razer views. Correct? So today we'll focus on this one here, Razer programming. Today you are going to focus on Razer programming. Hence, we are nothing here. I am not going to teach you anything newly here. C# only. But when you write the code, how to write the code in the HTML page. You know how to write the code in .cs file, right? In .cs file. But you need to write this in the HTML page now, along with HTML. So how to write the CS code in your HTML pages along with the HTML, we'll learn today. Our discussion is about Razer programming. Okay? Fine. Razer programming. See, from MVC 3.0, Microsoft introduced Razer engine for creating view pages without using web form pages. Okay, what they introduced you? They introduced your Razer engines to you for creating view pages without using web form pages. View pages that are created targeting Razer engine are saved with .cshtml extension, whereas view pages that are created targeting web forms engine are saved with .aspx extension. You already know this, right? Already yesterday also we talked about it. A view page that is created targeting the Razer engine are saved with .cshtml, And view pages that are created targeting web forms engine are saved with .aspx extension. Last class already created a ASPX page and shown you. Web forms or pages are provided with the design view, source view, and code view. What is this? You're not familiar with web form pages now. Actually, if we talk about a web form page here, the ASPX page. Look at this ASPX page. Huh? This is a ASPX page. Basically, it has three places to work with. What are the three places, you know? Source view, design view, code view. Source view, design view, code view. What is source view? The source view is the place where you are going to write the HTML coding. The source view is the place where you are going to write the HTML code. So basically, this is called the source view. The second thing is called design view. What is design view? Actually, you have written something. How the output will be shown on the browser. To do that, you need to run the page. Correct? Huh? Without running the page, it will provide you an option called design view. If you go to the design view, how the output will be visible on the browser will be shown to you. This is how the output is going to come on the browser. This is what we have created here. Yes or not? This is how the output will be shown for you on the browser. So this is called as design view. Not only this one, using this design view, we can also design the things now. Suppose I want to make some changes. I can make it directly. Naresh, I want to remove I there. I can make all the required changes here. Okay, so that's what we call design view. This design view is as same as the design view of your Windows Forms. The design view is as same as your Windows Forms. In Windows Forms, you learn design view now. Same. Here also I have a drag and drop feature where I can drag and drop the controls now. If I want a button, I have a toolbox here, and in the toolbox, I'll be provided with all the controls. I can drag and drop the control. Just like you learned Windows Forms, you do that, you can do it here also. Are you clear? So that is called design view. And this is called source view. The source view is equivalent to designer.cs file in our Windows. We just have a concept called designer.cs in Windows now. Is also same only. So this is the source. Third one is code view. What is code view? Last class I already shown you code view. Right click, view code. I taken to the code view and here I changed the class also. By default it was page. I changed it as system.web.mvc.view page. This is called code view. This is a place where you write the C# code. This is a place where you write the then what about source view? Source view, write HTML code. In source view we write HTML code. In code view we write CS code. Design view is only for designing, nothing more. Like this, you have three places to work with. But when you come to MVC guys, when you come to MVC Razer pages, we don't have three things like this. What we have is only one. There only you write HTML code and there only you write the CS code also. All the things are going to be present for you under one single file only. We don't have three separate things like this. Means design view is not available at all. If you want to see the output, you must run the code and see the output. That's all. No option to see the design without running the project. That option is not at all available. So that's what we have in the older structure. But in the new structure, they have just removed off all the things to us. And what we have is only one. And there only we are just going to write all the things here. See, web form pages are provided with a design view, source view, and code view. Where we'll be using design view for designing the UI with a drag and drop feature, and source view for implementing HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, and code view for implementing C# logic. Whereas Razer pages, if at all you talk about the Razer pages are provided only with source view. Razer pages are provided only with the source view. We don't have the concept of the design view, all these things. Only with source view. And here only we implement HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and C# logic also. And is the reason why these pages are saved with .cs HTML extension. Basically, why are you saving with a CS HTML? Because C# code plus HTML code, both of the two things we are going to integrate. That's the reason for saving it as .cs HTML. Okay, now, next. Razer view pages are lightweight. Razer view pages are lightweight when compared with web form view pages. Okay, because we don't use any ASP.NET server controls, but we'll use only but will use only will use only HTML controls. What we are going to use is only HTML controls here. That's why these are lightweight. So it doesn't require maintenance of view states. So that's what. So here it is lightweight pages here compared with our ESPX pages. Next, Razer view pages use, remember this one? I already shown you. I already talked about it. If at all you want to write the Razer code, C# code, how do you write the code? At the rate, curly braces, and there you implement the logic. Sign to implement C# code. Whereas in web forms, if you want to write any C# code, it should be under. This also I said, you remember, for web forms, this is the syntax, and for Razer, this is the syntax. Okay. Now, how do you do coding in Razer view pages? How do you do coding in Razer view pages? See, code in Razer view pages can be written in 3 different ways. There are 3 different options that are available for coding in the Razer. What are the 3? Single line statements, inline statements, multi-line statements. What is single line statements? Single line statements in the sense, you generally use this for declaration. Generally, when you want to declare anything, you write the code in the top of the class, correct? I'm talking with you only, respond, don't sit idle. It irritates me, again, don't make me to scold you in the classroom. Okay, so what are the things? Single line statement, declarations, where we do declarations? Generally on the top of the class. Here we don't have any class or anything here. If at all you want to make any declaration, we use that single line statements. Oh, look at this. Curly brace is the syntax. In that you write your statements. Watch these examples. They're all single line statements. Int count is equals to 0. Next, count plus equals to 100. Somewhere I want to increment the count value. I want to create the object of a class. Did you notice that? These are all called as single line statements. Okay. So how do you start? At the rate curly brace, write the statement and the curly brace. That's all. One line. Second thing is inline statements. What are inline statements? Inline statements means, look at the inline statements. Inline means it's a combination here. HTML and CS combination. How do you write? Watch. H3, value of count is, I want to print the count value now. How to print at the rate count? Array, if I only say count, that is text. Understand, if I only say count there, what is the difference between value of count and count? Both are text only. How do you say this is not text, this is CS code? At the rate. No need curly braces, watch that. Array, no need any curly braces, watch that. At the rate count, directly you can print off. At the rate is to tell this is CS code. This is CS code. Okay, na? Same way. Obj is of type. I'm calling a get type method, obj.getType, and trying to print you the type of obj here. Understood? Okay, so that's how you write the inline statement. A combination, both the two things will be there. The next one is multi-line statement. Multi-line statement means it's a block. At the rate curly brace, we open a block and we just, in that, HTML also will be there, C# also will be there. Both will be there. How do you write? Watch the multi-line statements. Watch this code. I started with at the rate curly braces. What did I write? String date is equals to datetime dot now dot to short date string. I'm trying to pick up the date now. Time is equals to, I'm trying to pick the time now. So both are present inside the curly braces, right? Yes or no? It's not a single line statement, multi-line here. Okay, now I want to print the date, I want to print the time. When I want to print the date now, I want to print with a combination of HTML combination here. With a HTML combination. You can see H3, today's date is at the rate date, today's current time is at the rate time. And don't forget again, why, sir, already it is in the curly brace now, why should I use at the rate date, at the rate time? That's what I'm telling you. If I don't use at the rate date, what is the difference between the date you written here and what is the difference between the date you written here? How will the compiler know that? This is a variable. It has to understand that now. See, generally in your C# also, when you're writing the code to highlight the variables, we use curly braces. Placeholders. Exactly, yeah. What we say? At the rate. Did you understand the difference? So see now in multi-line, CS code is also there, HTML code is also there. Both are combined up together. Okay, nothing here. Single line, inline, combined together is multi-line. Single line, inline, combined together, multi-line. That's all. So like this, we are going to write the code in 3 separate blocks like this: single line statements, multi-line statements, and all. Guys, is my voice breaking? Deepak, that is your problem. Check your internet connection. If the voice is breaking for all, I can do something. But if it is only for you, it's not in my hands. That's your problem. My voice is fully good. You're good now? Okay, great. That's what you are. If one or two are facing the problem, that is your internet issue, not my issue. If all are facing the problem, that is a problem from my side. Yeah. In multi-line statements block, we can write HTML code directly without enclosing them in double quotes. Okay. Means, see, you started, your HTML code is not in double quotes. Your HTML code is not in double quotes. Directly you're writing of HTML, H3, and you're writing. Is the HTML code in the double quotes? No, it's not in the double quotes. Did you understand my point? Okay, it's not going to be in the double quotes. Whereas if you want to write any static text, say, just a minute. Look at this code. I'm using H3 by H3. You're using a tag, something bold tag or something. I want to write without any tag. Did you catch my point? I want to write this code without any tag. I don't want to use any tag there. Are you clear? If that is the case here, if you use tags there, fine, compiler understand this is HTML code. But if you write like this, compiler confuses again. What is this code? HTML code or C# code? So to resolve it, you're required to write like this. @ understand, @ is C#, @ is text. Not HTML, text. Otherwise, another option, use the text tag. Use the text tag. You can use the text tag. Understood or not? Are you clear? So like this, we can just use it. Simply here, you need a separator. Otherwise, compiler cannot understand. Not a compiler here. You only cannot understand. Whether this is text or C#, you only cannot understand. How can a compiler understand? You need to tell the compiler, array, this is not HTML code, or this is not C# code. This is some static text I want to use. So static text can be used in 2 ways. One option, @:. Second option, text tag. We can use the text tag. You can just watch it. In multi-line statements block, we can write HTML code. We can write HTML code directly without enclosing them in double quotes. I did not use double quotes anywhere. Whereas if we want to use any static text, we need to either prefix it with @ or put it under text tags. You can take this as an example here. You can watch that, not take, watch that. @ today's date is @date. Clear? Second option, text current time is @time. So did you understand? Okay, better than using @: text will be a wise idea. Anything is okay here, but text will be a wise idea. To understand, tomorrow anyone looks into the page, to understand this is going to be a static text. Using text will be a better idea. That's all. Not mandatory, that's your choice. Okay now? Next. How do you write comments in Razer programming? Comments in Razer programming should be under. How do you write HTML multi-line comments? /, *, */. Here, @*, There's slash in the place of slash, we write @ now. Okay, and for multi-line comments, and in multi-line comments, you're writing a multi-line statement here. In a multi-line statement block, you want to write a comment. You can use C# /. In a multi-line block, you want to write a comment. You can use /. Multi-line statement block, we can also use C# style of single line commenting, that is /. You can just use this in multi-line comments. It works. Okay, fine. We do one thing. Already we have one project now, MVC action results. Last class, we defined a home controller and done all this. There, let us go for defining one controller there. Let me add a new controller. I'll close all these things. Add controller. Razor controller. Simply I named it as Razor controller. Scaffolding. We have a view there. Index here. I don't touch anything yet. Return type is view result. I already said you no problem. Clear? No problem. Directly add a view for it. Right click. Add view. Okay, now? Yeah. Now inside it, you can start writing your Razor code now. You can start writing your Razor code. I want to start with single line statements. I'm writing a comment first. Single line statements. And how to write the single line statements? I said here, @ curly brace statement, close the curly brace. Okay. You guys observe all these are single line statements. Have a look. First statement, int count is equals to 0. Second statement, string str is equals to, count plus equals to 100. String str is equals to hello world. Object obj is equals to new object. All these are single line statements now. Okay now? Now inside, you see, there's nothing new to explain. Only the syntax is different. Then I don't require to tell you what is an integer, what is a string, and what is an object for you. You know C#. But you are going to write the C# in a different style. That's why I'm not talking anything more on that. Simply copy pasting the things. Now I want to go for writing inline statements. And you remember inline statements means combination of both HTML and C#. Where HTML code will be present in HTML tags, C# code will be present with @ sign. Value of count is @ count. Value of str is @str. Obj is of type @obj.type. Now you'll have a doubt here. What is the doubt? Sir, you're writing HTML code there, but you did not use a text tag or you did not use @ colon also. Required or not required? Come on. Not required. Why not required? Array, if I put it under @ block, then required. They are not in @ block na. Did you catch my point or not? Suppose, for example, if I start this block as @ curly brace like this, and end this statement here, then see the value of count are all giving errors now. Why? Array, in a C# block, you cannot write HTML code directly. In a C# block, you cannot write HTML code directly. Then you require to, but that is not C#, yeah, that HTML page first. You understand? Your page is HTML page. In that text can be directly used. Following me? Run. Single line statements we can use, we can write using inline. How do you write? Tell me, Nani. Show me the code, then I'll tell you right or wrong. Got it. Value of count is 100. Value of str is hello world. Obj is of type system.object. Okay, now is inline and single line clear. Generally, what is the need of single line? Declaration purpose. Just for declaration, we just use the things here. I want to declare one single variable, want to create one single object somewhere. In such cases, single line statements are going to be easy to use. Inline, nothing is there. In the text, you can also use HTML, you can also use CS. To separate CS, we write @. Are you clear? Now understand, in inline statements, are we using it for declaration? No, inline statements. Am I using them for declaration? I'm not using them for declaration here. I'm not using. So declaration should be done like this. We're directly trying to print. We are consuming the value. We are not declaring. Understood my point or not? We are consuming declaring consuming. The top is declaration. This is consumption. This is going to be consumption here. Are you clear? Okay. Got your answer, Annie? That is only a doubt. Next we go for writing some multi-line statements here. Multi-line statements. Yeah, have a look. In this, both are present. What are the declarations? Consumptions. Both will be present now. Watch. See the first two lines of code. What are you doing? You're declaring one string date. You're declaring one string time. Declarations. Next line. You're trying to print. How to print? I'm printing the value by using a span tag. Span is something like a label. Span is something like a label. In HTML, you might be learned about span tag. It's something like a label. So span tag. Today's date is @date. Next, break. Okay, now? Next. Here I don't want to use any tags. Here I don't want to use any tags. How do they print? See? @ current time is @time. Second option, text, current time. Both are same only. 2 times I printed here. Once I used @, second time I used text tag. Here, some HTML tag. In HTML, do you have any tag called text? We don't have, na? Yeah, that is available for you in the CS HTML pages. For the C# compiler to understand. Ignore it. Ignore it. This is not your code. Ignore it. This is not your code. And basically understand who need to understand this browser. And you know the specialty of the browser, na? If the browser doesn't understand any tag, it will ignore it. That's all. So here compiler also ignores the text tag. Browser also ignores the text tag. Means browser will show the output directly on the monitor. Browser will directly show the output to you on the monitor now. Okay. So run the code. Understood? Time only printed 2 times to you in 2 different styles. So say you're writing some time. Say if you want, you can end the text here and put it out here. You can end the text there to tell this is text. This is CS code. Okay, and put it out there. And you'll have a doubt here. What is the doubt? I'll tell you. What is your doubt? What will be your doubt? I'll clarify. Maybe you don't have it now, but going forward, you may be having that particular question. First, let me show you the output. I'll clarify you. Same output. What the question is, sir, @, already this is a multi-line block. What's the need of writing @time? Did you get my point? How do you write otherwise? Can't you write directly time? Can't you directly write time there? Again, the same problem. If you directly write time there, that will be considered as a text. That will be considered as text. Are you clear? @time is to tell this is not text. Second thing, are you writing any console.writeLine or any print statement there? That works like a print statement also for you. That works like a print statement. @time will straight away print the output on the monitor to you. Did you get me? See, if you want to display any message in C#, you write console.writeLine. In Windows, message box.show. Anyone who are familiar with web forms, response.write. But in MVC, we don't require anything. Directly @, it will print up the output to you. No need any console.writeLine statements or response.write statements or messagebox.show statements. Nothing required. Straight away, that works for you like a print statement also. Is the point clearer, everyone? Yes or not? So that's how you are just going to use it. @ means static text. @ means this is static text. To tell this is a static text. 2 ways of writing static text. What are 2 ways? One is @. Second one, text tag. But what did I suggest you? What is the best one I suggested you? or use text tag, so it will be much clearer than writing @colon. We don't have anything called as local global variable. This is not a class here. Global variables, using them out of the program, not possible. It's not a class. Okay. So basically this is how you're just going to write. All the things are accessible only within the class only. Understand? Everything is accessible only within this program. Nothing is accessible outside. That's what I'm telling you. It's not a class to do all those things. It's just only rather coding to display the outputs. That's all basically. Fine. Now you can write conditions, if conditions in that, loops in that, all these things are just going to be possible. So I'll show you a small program to understand how to write a if condition in your code. A small program to understand how to write if condition in your code. Okay, all of you observe. Yeah, have a look. What's the output? Anyhow, there's a multi-line block now. Check it out. Multi-line block only now. Okay, directly I'm writing int x is equals to 131. If x mod 2 is equals to 0, then x is an even number. Otherwise, x is an odd number. And to print it, I used span tag. To print it, I use span tag. Now tell me, @x should be inside the span tag, or can I write it outside the span tag also? Now I written inside. Should it be inside only, or can I write outside also? Both are valid. Array, both are valid. Yaar. Inside also you can write. Outside also you can write. No matter. Once you write there, no issue. That is like a print statement. And to understand it is CS code. To understand it is CS code. Now tell me 131 is an odd number or even number? It's an odd number. So run and watch your output. See guys, I don't want to waste time on talking about this. I'm just showing you when you're writing the code, when we are developing the pages, we'll go along with the flow, understand the things. Again, I don't want to waste the time here to talk. Anyhow, you know C#. In new syntax, we are just learning, that's all. Okay, we waste time also, you understand. That should be going in the flow, that's all. In the flow, when we are developing, there only I'll just be demonstrating you. You need to write this code like this. That's it. Okay, but first, to understand basically, yes, you can access. In a page why you access, I don't understand. In a page why you access, you want to access it in the page or you want to access in the action method? Then action method. Request object will work. Already we discussed about. Request object will work. I said you already. Yes or not? Fine. Next. For loop. How to write a for loop in Razor. Watch this. I am first going for in a single line statement and declaring an array. Watch. I am writing a single line statement and declaring an array. Okay now? That's like a global declaration now. What is this? I am going to use that array in multiple places. Watch. Array. Within the program only, not. Just like see you declare in the top of the class. Accessible throughout your class. Same like that. I declared a string here as a single line statement. I can use this array throughout my program anywhere now. Are you clear? Okay. Now see. Now I started a block. How to write? H4. List of colors printed using for loop. Next, I'm printing is a ordered list. I'm printing it as a ordered list. OL. An ordered list should contain what? Li. Every item should come as a Li, correct? Watch it. I'm writing a for loop. @for loop. Li. @colors of I. @colors of I. Did you understand that? Yes or not? Sir, is it necessary to write at the rate for? Come on, is it necessary to write at the rate for? Yes. Why is it necessary? Because you are putting that under OL. Ray, watch it, it is inside HTML. You started OL, ended OL, correct? When you start OL, end OL, then compulsory that should be under at the rate now. I'll show you another way of writing. What's the output? What's the output first? I'll show you another way of writing the code. Okay, now, one more time, let me print you. Watch. I'm printing you the output another time. Here, I started the block with at the rate curly braces and all the code is inside of it, correct? But now what I'm doing is, I am first writing the HTML code. List of colors printed using for loop. Okay, now, no at the rate curly brace at all, just static HTML. Okay, next, I will say UL now. Right, just in the place of OL, now I'm using UL, unordered list. It is a unordered list. Okay, now here I wanted to open the curly brace now and put it here. Now see, the block is inside. Now directly I can use a for loop now. Did you catch me or not? Directly I can use of the for loop. For int I is equals to 0. I less than or equal to colors dot length. Colors dot length. Okay. I plus plus. I plus plus. Open the curly braces. Open your curly braces now. And now inside of that you just wanted to print something over there. What's it? Li. And you can just say at the rate colors of I. At the rate colors of I. Understood? Okay, here we are completely starting the block here. Because the block starts here, I don't require to put at the rate again with a for. Got it? Okay, run. You get the same output. But earlier it is a ordered list. Now we have unordered list. Not the same output. Varieties of writing. That's what I'm telling you. If you sit on that, we don't understand really. We need to go in a flow. So then we will be writing up any mistakes will be correct. This should be something what you need to learn going on in the flow. That's it. Okay. But still, to make you understand using at the rates and all the things, I'm just showing you some examples to you. So different ways of writing the code. This is one style of writing the code. And this is the second thing what I showed you. Second style of writing the code. Okay. One more thing. I did not show you this. One more style. One more style I'll show you. Watch it. Again, HR. I'm putting a separator between all a horizontal row. Okay, guys. I'll write you another style now. Watch. How did you start earlier? At the rate curly brace, correct? Without that here, you can directly write at the rate for int I is equals to 0. I less than or equal to colors dot length I plus plus li at the rate colors of I. Is the third step. Directly before for only you put off at the rate now. Why, sir? Because again you understand it is directly under UL. Array, watch here, it is directly under UL. Got it? Okay. So in variety of options are available for us to write the code. Same output. Look at the nodes. I given you all three options to you. I've given all three options. Option 1, start it here, put everything inside the block. Option 2, HTML tag separated before the for loop, at the rate, and writing the code. Option 3, inside we have the for. Are you clear? Okay, you can write in all the three different ways. I given you all options to you in the notes. Okay, don't bother about it and don't try to write off. Everything is in the notes. How many ways you can write the code? What I showed you, all are in the notes as it is. Okay, now what next? For each loop. We'll try a for each loop. You can write for each loop also in all the three ways here. All three options what I shown you, I can follow with for each loop also. Watch now. Again, HR. Loops in browser programming for each. First style, at the rate, help me please. H4, list of colors printed using for each loop. Okay, next, unordered list. Now you see, you need to write the for loop inside the UL, correct? What to do? At the rate, for each, string str in colors. In colors. Li at the rate str. What are colors here? For each string, let's call color at the rate color. As when you're writing code in this, if alignments are not perfectly come, Control KD is the shortcut key to do the alignments. The formatting, when you just got it to do the alignments, Control KD. We need to use Control key KD will format your code perfectly. See earlier, these margins and all correctly not put, you can just use it. Okay, did you understand the code? Tell me. Run. Now it's by using for each loop. Okay, now second style. Second style. What is the second style I said? Write H4 first. Next, write UL. Next, just a minute. OL, we'll use OL now. At the rate curly brace. Now, for each string str in or for each string color in colors. Li at the rate color. See now the alignments of the margins are not correctly see. Array, this curly brace should come below the for loop. Nah, not coming. That's what a Control key KD. Understood? That's the alignment formatter. I'll show you the output. Can you tell me the third option also? Finally, we'll see the output. Again, directly at the rate for each. Directly we can say at the rate for each string color in colors Li at the rate color. Li at the rate color. Got it? So total is 6 times I printed your output, 3 times by using for loop and 3 times by using for each loop. All about varieties of writing the code. That's it. In my browser, page application name link is coming. I did not understand. You opened MVC project here. You did not open a blank project. That's why you are getting that. What I said, you open MVC project, a blank project. You opened an MVC project. That's why you are getting that. See there. First time, second time, third time. These are all for loop. Again. For each. All three styles. Am I clear? Okay. So fine. Yeah, for loop, for each loop, all three options I shown here also, you can verify. Option 1, start the block here. Option 2, directly at the rate for. Option 3, use the block and inside of it write for each. If there is no HTML code there, directly you can write for each or if or something. If any HTML tag is present there you're writing, then compulsory at the rate if, at the rate for each is mandatory. See here, are you writing it between HTML? Yes, I'm writing it between HTML, but you have been separated here now. Understood the point? So that's the reason why you don't require to worry about that. Okay? Yeah, you are declaring the array here and then you are just implementing up all the things. So now you got it. Someone asked this question, sir, global declaration. Yeah, that array is global declaration only. Did I declare it one time or multiple times? One time only I declared it. I used it for multiple times. Declaration is not done for multiple times. Declaration is done one time. So consider that like a global declaration only. We have consumed it only for multiple times. Multiple times the consumption has been done. Multiple times the declaration has not been performed. Hope it clarifies you. Okay? Fine. What next? Next things, what next in the sense, next we have, means basically, yeah, what I said you, we'll learn more guys. I don't want to focus more on this particular thing. I given you an idea how the Razer programming will be present for you. Let's go forward and in our coding, we will learn more things about it. Okay, now? In our coding part, we'll learn more things about it. Let's not waste the time talking on this here. I just don't want to waste the time here. Fine, guys. So let us see now, how are we going to go forward? Yeah, yesterday I said you this one. Array, tomorrow I will start with this discussion. What discussion? What I said you is, from tomorrow we'll just say how to pass values from action methods to views. First you answer my question, how to pass values to an action method from a browser. Query strings. First thing you forgot. What is the first option? Route parameters here. You're forgetting that one. That is the first thing I shown you. What is the first option? Route parameters. Second option, query strings. Second option is query strings. Fine. Third option. Yesterday I shown you. I did not give any notes or anything, but I explained you. Controls. You can just put your values in the controls and pass them now. Shown you. Text boxes and all I used, and the text box values are read in the action method. All three are read in the same way here by using parameters. So we can have three different varieties of options that are available to us. What three different varieties? Option number 1, you can just use route parameters. Route parameter, that is the main, that is the first option. Option 2, query strings. How do we pass it using a query strings and read it? We discussed. Option 3, by using controls. We can just use some controls, and through controls, you have a chance to pass the values. And all these three mechanisms, what I'm talking here, are for passing values from where to where? Array, wrong. Passing values to action method, not action method to somewhere. Passing values from browser to action method. Understand carefully what you're doing. Understood? What are the options I shown you? Passing values to, passing values from browser to an action method. Value from browser to an action method. Now, the next requirement is the values that are received into the action method. The values that are received into the action method, I want to send them to my view now. I want to send them to view. Okay. So putting it clear, passing values from browser to action methods. First option, route. First option is route parameters. Second option, query strings. Third option, with controls. All these three can send the values to action method. All the three can send the values to action method. I first started with route parameters. Next I explained you query strings. And finally yesterday, even though I did not give any notes, I practically shown you, put a breakpoint, entered the values in the controls. When I click on the button, the values directly came to your method parameters. Yes or not? Okay, we got all the appropriate values. Now, the next thing is passing values from action methods to views. And to do this, we are provided with 6 different options. We are provided with 6 different options. First one, view data, view bag, temp data, session, the fifth option is anonymous types, and the sixth one is going to be strongly typed models. Strongly typed models. Here I want to just make a small thing, session and application. Session and application. Okay. And the next thing is anonymous types. And finally what do we have? Strongly typed models. Strongly typed models. Like this we just have 6 different options. Just make a correction in your notes is, I think I printed only sessions there. Right? Make it as end application. I'll explain you about that when I go to sessions. We'll discuss about it. Session and application. Okay now? So these are all the various mechanisms what are available to you. Okay, fine. Actually, sir, what is the difference between all the things means? I think here the difference between all the things means scopes. Just like our public, private, internal, we have scopes variations now. So here also somewhat like that only. Means mainly the first 4 things, if you understand, view data, view back, temp data, sessions and applications, all these vary basically in the scope. Vary in the scope now. The scopes are going to be a bit different. The scopes are different basically here. Understood all of you? Okay? Fine. Now let's test them one by one. Let us test them one by one. So guys, I wanted to create a new project. I wanted to create a new project. A different what state? Session state, application state, not state. You can't write state. It should be session state, application state. Simply you cannot say state there. Not for you. Someone asked a question, for them I am answering. Yeah, let's create a new project here. Create a new project. We'll name the project as MVC Data Transfer. So all of you observe again, I'm showing you, you're making, even I shown you like clearly step by step, still you make mistakes, I can't help you. Create, what is selected? MT, not MVC. Follow the notes first. You're not following the notes, MT. Select MVC, that's what I explained you. Follow the process carefully. Let us understand MT, later we'll go with MVC projects only. Going forward, by the time we start database programming, I will only use MVC projects. I will not use MT projects. But initially, let's carefully understand about MVC, MT projects. Correct? Oh, sorry, clear? So fine, create. Fine. Let's create one controller, guys. One controller. I'll add a controller in the project. I'll go with a empty project template MVC. I'll add a controller. Meanwhile, I just want to do one more thing. What's it? Actually, first you pass the values from action method to view. That is only our doubt. But first the value should come to action method. Na? Array, first the value should come to. If the value should come to action method, we need to follow any of the three options now. What options? Either route parameters or query strings or controls. Guys, controls, designing and all will be time taking. I will learn it. We did not still learn. Control designing will may take time taking. Query strings always you need to type a lengthy statement. Query string, key name, value, key name, value, key name, value. So we'll go for the simple option. What are that? Route parameters. I want to pass 3 parameters to an action method. What are 3? We already used it. ID, name, price. We already used it here. ID, name, price. If you want to pass it as a query string, how do you pass? @ID is equals to, @name is equals to, @price is equals to. If you want to pass it through controls, we need to again place 3 text boxes, 3 labels, buttons, little bit time taking. So that's why I thought the better simple option is route parameters. Why route parameters? /ID, /name, /price. You can pass off now? Correct or not? That's why I'm choosing the route parameter option here. I'm picking the first option. So first thing is, if the values comes to action method, then I'll send to views here. First you need to receive in the action methods. For that I'll use clear. Okay, to do that, what I'm doing, see, first step, open route config. Okay, now /name /price. Is that clearer, everyone? Okay, but I don't want to make them anything mandatory here. If anything mandatory, again all the headache now. I don't want them to be mandatory. Okay, no problem. We'll make it optional then. Comma, name is equals to URL parameter dot optional. Price is equals to URL parameter dot optional. So nothing is mandatory. So earlier we have only one parameter, that too optional. Now we made 3 parameters and all the 3 are optional. Nothing is mandatory. Okay, now fine. So this is the second step. First step, I created a project. Second step, I modified the config file. Third, let's add a controller now. Let's add a controller in our code. See that. Now go to routeconfig.csv, modify the URL value as following. Not only this one, defaults also. Now change the defaults also as following. By default, defaults have these 3 things. Okay, na? Put a comma and add this also. Understood? Okay. Now we'll start with view data, guys. We'll start with view data. Okay, I'll start with view data. I'll tell you. First, let me add a controller in the project. Let me add a controller in the project. Come on, I'll add a controller. Right click, add controller. Let's name it as home controller. home controller. By default, you will have one method na index. Delete off. Now I'm writing public view result. I'm making it specific. Okay. Index 1 is the method what I'm defining. Now we need to receive all the three na. What to do? Int question mark ID, string name, double question mark price. Is it clear, guys? Why putting question mark? Making them optional here also, nullable. Making them optional here also, nullable. Anyhow, string is nullable, you know, and these two also nullable. Okay, now tell me one thing, guys. I did not still create a view. I'll simply say return view. I did not create a view. I will create a view. I will create a view. When we'll get the error, array, when you reach the statement, you'll get error. That is secondary. Now put a breakpoint here. Put a breakpoint here. And you just understand. Yeah. First thing is you will receive the values here now. Yes or not. Now run the code. The view is not there. Okay. Yeah, I need to call it home slash index 1. Index is the default, but I changed the method name to index 1. That's why I need to call it. Index is not there. Index 1. And when I hit it, when I hit this one, what is it? You did not pass any values now. Array, you did not pass any values now. Because you did not pass any values, nothing is going to happen. Okay. But I want to pass the value. How to pass? Slash 101. Something, some product name like a shoes and price 3,000. Oh, it reached off here. Price 3,500. Array, now values are not there. If I just go forward, I'll get error. Okay, that's why I stopped it. Okay, I'll freshly enter. Observe, guys. And I did not hit the enter key. What's the URL? Okay, now when I hit the enter key, it will invoke the action method. And you already know that all the three values are received here now. Okay, so first thing is clear. From where the values came, browser to action method. This already we learned. Just I put a breakpoint and shown you that's all. Now from here you want to pass to the view. From here you want to pass to the view. Which view? The view corresponding to index 1 now. Okay, first add the view. First add the view. Right click. Add view. What did I say? Uncheck all checkboxes. Uncheck all the checkboxes. Anyhow, it is index 1 only because you right clicked on the method. If you right click on a method, the name will automatically take. If you go to views folder, then only you should enter the name. If you right click on the method, the name is automatic. So click add button. We'll add the view. The view is ready. And now in the view, what is my requirement? You know, I just understand what is my requirement is I want to take a table. Look carefully. Table. Border is equals to 1. Align is equals to center. Table border is equals to 1. Align is equals to center. Here, TD. Okay. TD. Here, I want to print the ID value. Oh, sorry. TR is missing. Sorry. TR is missing. TR. In the first TR, first column, I want to display the ID. And in the second column, I want to display the ID value now. Second row, TR. TD. What I want to show? Name. Second column, I want to show the name value. Third column, TR. TD. Price. And in the second column, I want to show the price value. Okay. Guys, how the values will reach here, I'll tell you. Meanwhile, run. Now you have view also now. Error won't come. Oh, I missed it. What's it, guys? Method name home index 101 some name shoes 3500. Okay, hit the enter key. The values reached here. Okay, all the values already we put a mouse and saw the values reach. Now the view launches. And how the view is going to show is how the view shows. This is how the view shows. Clear. Second column is empty. What do you want to show there? I want to show the value now. I just want the values to be coming there. You understood the requirement correctly now? The values that are sent from the browser should be displayed on the view now. Understood all of you? The values that are sent from the browser should be displayed on the view now. Here I'm putting a caption and I'll say product details. Simple here, product details is some caption what I'm giving. Okay. Now, to pass the values from this action method into the view, I said you 6 options are there. What is the first option? View data. View data. How do we use this view data? Look at this carefully, all of you. View data of is like an array, guys. View data of some key name, any name of your choice. I'm giving the key name as ID. Is equals to the ID what you received from the browser. The variable ID. View data of key name, any name, your choice. View data of name. Next, view data of price. View data of price. So view data of price is equals to price. So what are you doing? You're storing all the values in the view data. You're storing all the values in the view data. After storing the values in the view data, you said return view. So control goes to the view now. In the view, we can access values from view data back. In the view, we can access the values from the view data back. First, the values are stored in the view data and transferring the control to view. Once the control comes to the view, you can again pick the values from the view data now. How to do that? At the rate view data of ID. Do you understand why at the rate? That is C# coding you're writing now. Remember that. Next. At the rate. See now, when you write C# code here, IntelliSense will work for you. Just like your Visual Studio .csfile, IntelliSense will work now. View data of name. View data of name. Next. See, if I don't write at the rate trying to type view data, IntelliSense is not working there because it's not recognizing that as a C# code. Now I'll say at the rate IntelliSense starts working. Price. Is this clear? Okay, let's try now. You guys watch, still have a breakpoint there. So first the values will come, it will stop there first. Yeah. Now all these values are going to view data. Now jumping to view now. Jumping to a view. And now see the control came to a view now. Control came to the view now. And see now, it is processing you the view data values. Oh, sorry. Check. Got it? You got all the values back again on screen. All values are visible to you on screen right now. Okay. Leave that. So that's how you are just going to use the view data. Okay. Watch it. View data. How to work it? View data of string key is equals to value. Value is which type? Object type. Yeah, that's why I assigned integer there for you, string for you, as well as double, anything it takes. Why? You can assign object type values in it. For example, view data of name is equals to some value. Okay, now accessing values from view data. Object obj is equals to view data of string key. For example, object obj is equal to view data of name. But guys, this is not an object, this is a string now. Next step, conversion. How do you write? String name is equals to obj.toString. Otherwise, you write single statement only. This is again C#. I don't require to give you an explanation for C# to you. So string name is equals to view data. I did not do all these things in my code now. Why? All these things when you do, after picking the name, I want to manipulate the things. You want to do anything, I want to print directly. That's all. That's why directly what did I write? At the rate view data of ID. That's all enough. I want to manipulate the string. Then capture in a variable, manipulate, do something what you like. Otherwise, not required. Understood the point? Okay. So that is how you use the view data. That's how you use the view data. Okay. But first thing you require to understand is, what you just require to understand is, what is this view data? We have just been used the view data. What is this view data? Guys, observe it. What is this view data? Generally, when you put your mouse on anything, it will tell you what is that now. When I put my mouse on ID, what will tell you? It is the integer. Integer type here. Name. Nice. Same way now, view data is which type? Louder. View data dictionary. Which type? View data dictionary type. Where is it declared? Control base. What is controller base? What is controller base? Your parent class. What's a parent? A controller. On the top, controller base. Day one, I explained all these things to you. You will inherit from controller. Controller will inherit from controller base. And that is the ultimate parent of all the controllers. So this is declared for you in your parent class. Parent class member means grandparent. That's the grandparent. Parent class members can be directly used in the child. Na? That's why directly I called it a view data of. But actually it is declared in the control base and it's a property. Understand? It is a property. Basically it's just going to be a property. Are you clear? If you want to see that, right click on this and say go to definition. It will take you to the controller base and will show you the values. It will show you the things there. View data. So this is what? The dictionary. It is going to be a dictionary. What is dictionary? Dictionary is a collection which will store you the data in a key value combination. I'll tell you in a simple words. A dictionary is like a 2-column table. First column is keys column. Second column is values column. And the keys should be given by you. Array is also 2-column table only. First column is index. Second column value. Then what is the difference between array and a dictionary? The difference is in array, first column is index na. Can you set your own index? Or index is predefined? Index is predefined. You cannot change the index na. Can I start index from 1 na? No, index is predefined. Where it starts from? 0 and the sequence should continue. Can I change? I cannot. But when you come to dictionary, what is the specialty? Keys are user defined. Keys are, you can give your own keys and you can store your values. In arrays, we can only give values, keys are predefined. But come to dictionary, we can give keys, values also. And some of you people already familiar with collections already know that. If anyone is not still familiar with collections, for them that may be new. But people completed collections in C# already know about it. Dictionary, it's a combination of keys and values. Keys are predefined or user defined? User defined keys, user defined values. Keys are user defined, values also user defined. Am I clear? If you want to know more about it, right click on the view data dictionary and say go to definition. If you say go to definition, see it inherits from iDictionary. First parameter is string. Which type? Keys are string type. Values are, that's why you're storing object value. ID is string, key only na? ID, name, price, all keys, strings. Values are given integer, string, because it takes object. Okay na? So that's of type what? View data dictionary. Say, view data. This is a property. Under the class, which is a grandparent for all our controllers. For all the controllers, that's a grandparent. So we can directly consume view data property in our controller classes. In our controller classes, it's a direct consumption. View data is of type view data dictionary, which will internally store the data in the form of key value or name value. You can use any of the two words here. You can either say key value or name value combination. So value that are stored in the view data will internally be stored in view data. Means when I assign this, internally one dictionary will be created and all the values will be stored into the dictionary. I don't require to create the dictionary. For me, the code is simple. Otherwise, I should explicitly create the dictionary, start adding the values in the dictionary. That all code I don't require to write. My code is simple. What I can do? View data of, and that will create a dictionary and that will store the values into dictionary. Means developer job is going to become easier. Okay. So that's because it is ready-made, which is available to you. So am I clear with this? Storing, accessing. And this is the first example I showed you. Add a new controller in the project, naming it as home controller. Delete the existing index action method in the class and write the below code in the class. Okay, now add a view to index one action method. Add a view to index one action method without choosing any layout. Don't forget here. Don't choose any layouts. Make sure all checkboxes are unchecked. And write the following code inside of the div tag. Yeah, watch. Something. Caption. TD ID. View data of ID. TD name. View data of name. TD price. View data of price. Oh, basically, yeah, I did not show you this one. Nothing here. You got the price value there now? Directly. I wanted to do some small calculation there. What's it? 10% should be calculated as a tax. 10% should be calculated as a tax. Means 3,500 now. Final price should be 3,850 now. Can I write some logic? Yeah, you can. You can write the logic here. How do you write? Make it a multi-line block now. Make it a multi-line block. How do you? Now it's a multi-line block. Okay. Now inside of it I'm writing what? Double price is equals to convert dot to double of view data of price. Did you understand the statement? Tell me, why convert dot to double? That object, na? Value is which type? Object type. So conversion is mandatory. We converted. Now we want to calculate a price of how much? 10% tax. So what you write? Price is equals to price plus. How do you calculate 10%? Price into 0.1. Otherwise 10 by 100. Right, 10% is 10 by 100. Otherwise directly 0.1. So otherwise 10 by 100. Price is equals to price plus price into 10 by 100. Finally, at the rate. You can do calculations also there. So C# coding now, I implemented some logic. Without displaying the static value, I try to implement some logic in that place. I hope it is clear. Understood all of you? Sorry. Yeah, this is the process of just using the view data. So is the first thing clear? We need to understand some drawbacks of it. And after that, I'll teach you what is view back. First, we'll go with the drawbacks. And after completing the drawbacks, I'll tell you what is the view back. Step by step, each and everything will learn. Okay, let's stop here. We'll meet Monday. Why it should be decimal, Varun? Tell me. Why float won't work? Huh? See, decimal, double, float, that is based on your requirement. You want it as a decimal or a float or double is your choice. It's not mandatory. Compulsory. Otherwise, how will you do arithmetic operations on object? Can you do arithmetic operations on object? Not possible. So conversion is mandatory. No. No, Sagar. Not at all. We did not complete view creations now. Why are you asking this question? We will learn in the view creations. Wait. Yes, already updated. Everything is updated already. That updated notes only. What you want me to update? No changes. Is MVC not supported in 2019? What is that? MVC 5 not supported in 2019. Why? 2019 what? 2019 what? 2019 means year Vijay sir. Why is it not supported? Who said? Who said not supported? Supported. Nitish, the value whatever is stored in the view data will be of type object. Everything is converted into object. View data will hold you the data as object, not as double. Even you assign double, that is converted into object. And again guys, why are you using 2019? Don't use 2019, yeah. Install 2022. On the top of 2019, install of 2022.